it's him admitting right there he knew in March that they were going to go to Iraq. It's his own words.
All right. Truth is important. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are, where you work, or what position you're running for. Now, yesterday, I shared with you this post by Tim Walz Battalion Commander John Kolb, who didn't have nice things to say about Tim Walz, who ditched his unit before being deployed to a combat zone. Well, it says John Kolb is with Tom Behrens. This is Tom, and he's a command sergeant major. He's being interviewed by Fox News, and he gives just a little bit more information about Tim Walz's lies.
Tim Walz's military record facing growing scrutiny since joining Kamala Harris on the ticket. And now the campaign is caught tweaking his military bio. How convenient. The campaign website originally called Walz a, quote, retired command sergeant major. But now it says served as a command sergeant major, which I guess is technically correct for a moment, after reports that he was reduced in rank for not completing his coursework before retirement. Our next guest is calling out Walz for embellishing his service and says he abandoned his unit right before they deployed to a war zone. Real command sergeant major Thomas Behrens joins us now. Sergeant Major, thank you very much for being here. I want to clear something up real quick, because you knew Master Sergeant Walz, you deployed with this unit, you know all this. It's not a big world of command sergeant majors in the Minnesota National Guard, and I served with the Red Bulls. It's a great unit. Was the unit aware, when Walz retired, was the unit aware that this deployment was coming? Because some on the left are saying, well, he didn't have his orders, so he didn't know. He knew full well that there was a deployment coming, correct?
Absolutely, and he even said it himself in his campaign announcement that came out in March of 2005. I didn't find this out until just a couple of days ago either, but he actually filed with the Federal Election Commission on February 10th to run for Congress of 2005, and in March he actually had his campaign wrote, as Command Sergeant Major, I have a responsibility not only to ready my battalion for Iraq, but also to serve if called on. I'm dedicated to serving my country to the best of my ability, whether that is in Washington, D.C. or in Iraq. He continued adding, I don't want to speculate on what shape my campaign will take if I'm deployed, but I have no plans to drop out of the race. I'm fortunate to have a strong group of enthusiastic supporters and a very dedicated and intelligent wife. Both will be a major part of my campaign, whether I am in Minnesota or Iraq. And this was actually on CNN. I mean, it's him admitting right there he knew in March that they were going to go to Iraq. It's his own words.
CSM, I would liken this to a coach, coaching a team for 24 years, and then you're finally in the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is coming, and the coach says, no, I'm out. I'm done. What does it say? What kind of message does it send to a unit when a command sergeant major, command sergeant majors are a big deal. They block the sun. Like, they're the most important enlisted member of that unit. When a command sergeant major bails on a deployment beforehand, what kind of message does that send?
The message that it sends to me is, turn around and run and just keep running. I mean, go crawl under a rock, get the hell out of here. Nobody even wants to mention your name again. You're soiled. You're basically a traitor. You deserted your unit. You're a deserter at that point. I mean, what the analogy you have right there is very, very good, because I mentioned that with my family. It was like, this is like training for the Super Bowl, and then you're one game away, and then Tom Brady says, I'm sorry, I don't want to get hurt in this game, so you go play for me. It's just absolutely ridiculous. There's no, they're unforgivable, coward. I mean, you can come up with words out there. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
What percentage, real quick, we're almost out of time here, Sergeant Major. What percentage of the guys who went on that deployment feel the same way about Walz, would echo your feelings?
I would guess that it's got to be in the 98, 99%. I mean, there's a couple out there that have spoken out and said, how can you do this to the guy and whatever, but he did it to himself. I mean, yes. All I am is the messenger. He made the message, and and it was like it needed to get brought out, and I just happened to be the one that God said, you're too dumb to keep your mouth shut, so go spread the word.
Good for you. Always leading from the front, still doing it today. By the way, you spoke out years ago about this, but the Minnesota press is even worse than the national press. They're unwilling to cover this stuff, so they covered up for WALZ for a very long time. Now other outlets are willing to amplify what you've been saying for a long time. Command Sergeant Major Thomas Behrens. By the way, people don't know this. This Minnesota Guard unit, it's called the Long Tour for a reason. It was a 6-month pre-mob, a 12-month deployment, and then a 6-month or 4-month extension on that deployment. That unit was gone for almost 2 years in service of this country and saw heavy combat. He bailed on that. Your men did not. Command Sergeant Major, thank you.
Another thing you should know is that an old video has emerged of 2 veterans, this is one of them right here, entering Tim Wall's office reportedly in 2009 to confront staffers about lies that Tim has reportedly been telling about his stolen Valor military service.
My name is Dave Thule. This is Travis Quinlan. We're both constituents and Iraq War vets. We're hoping to talk to someone about a photograph I have of Congressman WALZ.
Okay.
Not sure if you have ever seen this picture before?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, in it depicts 2004 being Afghanistan veteran.
Right.
Congressman WALZ is not an Afghanistan war veteran, is he?
He served in Italy as part of Operation Enduring Freedom.
Okay, but he didn't serve in Afghanistan, did he?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Hi, Rick. I'm Dave Thule. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
There's a young lady in the other office that was helping us, but if you can, we're.
You guys want to come in and have a seat?
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I am Dave Thule. This is Travis Quinlan.
Hi,
We're both constituents and we're both Iraq war vets. We served together with the Minnesota National Guard. So we're here on a veteran-related issue. I don't know if you are familiar with this picture at all. This was taken in 2004 here in Mankato, and it's actually been posted on the internet for quite some time, and nobody quite realized what it is. But in this picture, Congressman WALZ here is holding a sign that says "Enduring Freedom Veterans for Care." So tell me what your understanding of his military background is.
Yeah, I understand that he was called up in support of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, in support of that operation. That's how I've always understood it. And so the time that he, when he got called up, I guess I've always referred to it as, he was called up and served in support of Operation Enduring Freedom.
Okay, so is there any question in your mind what Enduring Freedom is?
No.
Okay, so I guess most people, and you yourself included, would associate Enduring Freedom with Afghanistan, right?
Right, but
Okay.
I think it, as I also understand that it encompasses a great deal. And there.
Well, Operation Enduring Freedom is limited to Afghanistan and the airspace directly above it. There's other units that are called up in support of it. I'm sure that's probably what his military orders said.
Right.
My concern, other than this picture, is that the congressman's website, his official biography, says simply that he was mobilized with his battalion in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, without any other details. Don't you think it's reasonable people might assume that means he served in Afghanistan?
Perhaps, I guess.
Okay, so it's been 5 years now, or I guess almost 5 years, that the congressman's official biography has said he served in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Isn't it reasonable, if it causes confusion, or it may cause confusion, that somebody may have thought to change that and explain that he served in Italy and not in Afghanistan?
I mean, what would you suggested be changed to, I guess?
Simply to add the words "in Italy." Served in support of Operation Enduring Freedom in Italy. Simple as that, because then it specifies that he served in Italy.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, I certainly appreciate the Congressman's service. 24 years in the National Guard, we're both National Guardsmen ourselves. We appreciate his service, and we appreciate his being deployed. But there's a huge difference between being deployed to
Sure.
a base in Italy and being in the combat zone in
Yeah.
Afghanistan. Okay. Are you aware of any of the media reports from 2006 that inaccurately cited the Congressman as a war veteran?
Specifically, I can't think of any right now, but I don't. I would imagine that I know people have approached me as a staffer and thought that, and so I've corrected them. If you serve in support of an operation, you're not necessarily a veteran of that operation. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So your question is more about this picture than his biography.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
The biography is one of them. That's That's bad. That's misleading. That's a little bad. This right here, under current U.S. law, this could get the congressman probably thrown in jail in violation of the 2006 Stolen Valor Act, which says it is a crime, a federal crime, to portray yourself in writing or verbally as having received an award or decoration authorized by Congress that you didn't receive. Congressman WALZ is clearly claiming in this sign, in this picture with this sign, to be an enduring freedom veteran. He is clearly, nobody disputes the fact that he is not an Afghanistan or enduring freedom veteran. So this represents a fairly serious issue. So can I leave you my name and number, and can I trust that someone will get back to me on this issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me grab mine. Dave, was it?
Yes.
How do you spell your last name?
Thule, Thul.
And you're from Owatonna, you said?
Yes.
Did you want to leave any of this?
Yes,
in,
I'm going
or-
to leave this for you. This is a
Okay.
copy of the picture, so you guys have exactly what I'm looking at. And
Okay.
this is a copy of the story that I'm working off of. I'm also a blogger, and so posted this. So I will leave you with all the information there that is relevant to this, and I'll leave you with a copy of the picture. And I will hope to hear from someone in the congressman's office, if not the congressman, because this is a fairly serious matter and it needs to be addressed.
Okay. And you posted this then? This is posted online?
Yes, it's posted on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Yeah.
your help and cooperation
Thank
and
you,
listening
and
to us.
thank you for your service as well. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, what do you guys think? Is Tim WALZ lying about his military service, or is he telling the truth? And what's the deal with all these battalion commanders and other commanders coming forward saying, hey, Tim's lying? Is this just a crazy conspiracy? If you got something out of this video, maybe you'll enjoy some of my others. Feel free to binge watch. All of the videos that I produce are still very much in play today. Unfortunately, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a design that you can put on a shirt, hoodie, mug, hat, cell phone case, pillowcase, whatever you want. But more importantly, know what your rights are and defend your rights. The price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance. And indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. So I got an idea. Let's stop supporting and securing our own oppression, and let's start today. I'll see you in the next video.